Well, this will make a lot of people very happy. Let's begin. Banks may be forced to ensure customers have access to cash in a crucial move for those who still rely on cash, such as the elderly, for example. Proposed new legislation aims to grant the banking regulator greater powers to ensure that high street branches continue to offer free cash withdrawal and deposit services. This development is crucial for millions of elderly, vulnerable and isolated individuals who rely on cash for their day-to-day transactions. Additionally, it also provides a significant boost to the Daily Express's Save Our High Street Banks campaign. Industry analysis widely predicts that in-person banking will cease to exist by 2027, as there has been substantial increase in bank branch closures due to customers shifting towards online financial management. In response to these trends, ministers intervened to amend the Financial Services and Markets Bill, currently progressing through Parliament, in order to grant the Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, greater power to act. The bill already includes important provisions aimed at safeguarding access to cash withdrawal and deposit facilities. Economic Secretary to the Treasury, Andrew Griffith, said, "The convenience and speed of digital payments opens a world of opportunity for people and businesses, but the reality is that for the foreseeable future, many still depend on the ability to withdraw or deposit cash. This is why we are bringing forward new laws that will ensure everyone has a reasonable access to be able to withdraw and deposit cash for free. And this is especially important for those living in rural communities, the elderly and households who rely upon physical cash to manage their finances." Campaigners have repeatedly advocated for the preservation of high street branches, as analysis issue warnings that nearly all of them could be closed within the next 4 years. Data reveals a consistent decline in a number of branches operated by the big six banks, namely Lloyds, NatWest, Barclays, HSB, TSB and RBS each year since 2015. Well, as they always say, cash is king, so I'm actually quite glad they are keeping money about, because at the end of the day, if your phone or watch or whatever you use to pay contactless with dies, or maybe you can't actually find your bank card, it would be handy if you did have some money in your wallet, such as the emergency tenner, for example, that I keep in my wallet. Although, of course, for any pickpockets out there that might now think about taking it, just you be careful, because I will fart in your face. But anyway, whilst it does look like the future is going towards a cashless future, I do think it is going a bit too quickly, especially as quite a lot of people, and not just the elderly, but quite a lot of people, maybe in their 40s, 50s or even 60s, aren't as au fait with technology as the younger generation. And don't get me wrong, obviously there are a lot of 40s, 50s and 60s who can do that, but there are some who can't. And personally, I don't think they should have to be forced to either change their habits or maybe actually bank in a way that they're not actually feeling comfortable with. In under the few years they're suggesting that all banks presumably would be closed. It just seems unfair to me. Maybe, who knows, the public might actually be happy for cash to be eliminated in about 50 or so years or something like that, but right now is certainly not the time. And I'm really glad to hear that it'll be sticking about for the foreseeable future, because I'm guessing a lot of people were probably quite worried about that, especially with the advent of contactless payments for your watch or phone or whatever. Because if anything, something like that is speeding up the cashless future. Even certain restaurants like Pizza Hut or Starbucks, as far as I'm aware, don't actually take cash as payments anymore, so they unfortunately could also be aiding the transition to a cashless future. And of course, well, some will say that, well, being cashless, you don't have to worry about being mugged, oh boy. But then again, all the money you own will just be a number on the computer, won't it? In which case, there are obviously plenty of ways that people could get hold of that, aren't there? Especially if people aren't too careful with their passwords. But hopefully, more security would be put in place. Such as something like, I don't know, two-factor authentication Mark II, where it will either scan your face or detect a thumbprint or fingerprint or whatever. Anyway, I'll be back soon, so make sure you click that subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you in the next one.